Hello world, I'm Attila. Today I will talk about the $100 startup, and this was a book about how to start small businesses. So small businesses are a huge part of our economy, and if you don't like working as an employee, I think starting a small business is a great opportunity because people are afraid of starting small businesses, and this book tells us how to do it. And because people are afraid, there are a lot of opportunities around there. And the two key themes of this book was freedom and value. Freedom is what you are looking for, and the value is the way to achieve it. So independence and like being your own boss, I think, is great. And value is created when a person makes something useful and shares it with the world. And nowadays you can quickly start a business within 1 month, and like it only takes $100 to start a business. And this focused on mostly on small businesses with 5 or less employees. And he shared 3 lessons of micro entrepreneurship. The first is convergence. The intersection between something you especially like to do or are good at doing, preferably both, and what other people are also interested in. So you should find this intersection. The second is skill transformation. So there is a relevant skill to most business that is most used, and you can have related skills that are not exactly the same. And you must be able to transform your related skills into the skill that you need. And the third thing is the magic formula. And this is a passion or skill plus usefulness equals success. To start a business, you need 3 things: a product or a service, a group of people willing to buy it, and a way to get paid. And there are a couple of opportunities for micro business projects. First, you notice an inefficiency in the marketplace, or you notice a new technology or opportunity that is not noticed by the masses or the herd. And the third is like you have an existing business and you see an opportunity for a spin-off or a side project, another way for that business to make extra income. And it's quite easy to start a business now. First, you should decide on your product or service, set up a website, even a very basic one. You can get a free one from WordPress. Third is develop an offer, ensure a way to get paid. So for example, you can get a free PayPal account to start and then announce your offer to the world. And repeat this process enough times and you will learn a lot. And most people want more of some things, for example money, love, attention, and less of other things: stress, anxiety, debt. Always focus on what you can add or take away to improve someone's life, and then prepare to get paid. So adding value means helping people. Your business should have a core benefit instead of a list of features, because it's much easier to sell a core benefit. And this core benefit usually relate to emotional needs more than physical needs. You should pick something you love and build a business around it. But there are a couple of things to consider. First, would you be able to do this passion 24 hours a day all the time, with all the administrative work that you would have to do? And does it have a demand in the market? Is your skill useful? And it's not enough to have a business and to have a hobby. You also need a business model. And it said that location is overrated. You can now start a business online with the internet from anywhere on the world. So instead, an example, you can become your own publisher agency. You should find a topic that people will pay to learn about. And it's an advantage if you are an expert on that topic, but you can also research that topic before you talk about it. Then write it down into an ebook or like a book, or record it as a digital package, and then create a book or this digital package out of it, and create an offer and a big relevant price and publish it to the world. And it's all about finding the convergence between what you love and what other people are willing to buy. So it's said that like your customers all have the same properties, not in terms of age, sex, I don't know, yeah, but in terms of shared beliefs and values. And you can use surveys to understand your customers, and you should use open-ended questions so you can figure out a lot of new things. So for example, what can I do for you? What is your number one thing that you lack from this or that service? And you should be action-oriented as a business. Make your first sale as fast as possible. You should also make the mission of the company pretty straightforward and simple. And be sure that you have a relevant market to your product. There is customers who are willing to buy your product. So how you can check whether you have a market? You can research Google keywords, look at how you would buy a product, how you would type out the product that you would like to buy, and there is not a single product like that. And you can also ask your future customers whether they need the product that you think about or not. And how you can construct an offer that your potential customers won't refuse. First, we must understand that what we want and what we say we want are not always the same thing. Most of us like to buy, but we don't usually like to be sold. So the first thing that it said that customers don't always know what they want. It's your job to figure it out. And the second thing is that we like buying stuff, but we don't like when an aggressive salesman tries to make us buy something. And the third thing is said that best offers create a "you must have this right now" feeling. And you should provide a gentle nudge to encourage immediate action. So you should encourage that the buyer immediately buys your product. And when they buy it, you should provide an immediate feedback that order confirmed, your order is on the way. And then try to beat their expectations, not just meet them, beat them. And a compelling offer pays for itself by making a clear value proposition. And a good launch of a business or a product is like a Hollywood movie. You first hear about it far in advance, then you hear more about it before the debut. Then you watch as crowds of people anxiously queue up for the opening. Because if you see crowds of people, then you have a fear of missing out. You don't want to miss out of that. And if you think that everybody buys it, then it must be a great product. It's said that a good launch blends why with how. So why is the story, the offer, and the long-term plan of the company. And the how is the timing, price, and the specific pitch. So I read a book recently about this topic. It's called Start with Why, and it talks about why companies need to convince the customers that they have the same belief, and the company should have a mission first and foremost. And I will link that video in the description, and it's on the screen now. So it talked about how to spend your business development time. You should spend 50% on creating and 50% on connecting. So connecting is like marketing, and the most powerful channel for getting the word out usually starts with people you already know. So you should make connection with people you know, and you should sell your sell your products first to them, because it's much easier than selling it to a stranger. And it said that advertising is like sex, only losers pay for it. And I think that's very true. Great companies have word of mouth marketing, so they don't really need to spend huge sums of money on marketing expenses. And you should then it talked about prices, and you should base prices on benefits, not costs. So however low your costs might be, you shouldn't offer cheap product, because for your customers it's worth it, hopefully, to buy that product. And you should present more than one price for your offer. So there should be multiple stuff that they can buy based on their benefits. And you can also get paid more than once. You can use a subscription model, and that's quite great, because you only have to sell the product once to the customer. After that, they will pay for that for a long time. And it's not necessary to go into debt when starting a business. It's entirely your choice, and it depends on your financial situation. And then when the business is going, increasing income in an existing business is usually easier than initially starting the business. And to make more money for your business, you should experiment with multiple products, with multiple business models, and see what happens. You can also have leverage. You can also just pay a contractor once to do a product, then you don't have to pay a regular employee to do that job. And outsourcing is also a great stuff. So you only pay a contractor when you need him or her to do something. Otherwise, you don't need to pay. And you should regularly monitor one or two key metrics that are the lifeblood of your business. Check upon the other metrics monthly or bi-monthly. And then it talked about that you should make your business as a franchise. And a business that is scalable is both teachable and valuable. If you ever want to sell your business, you will need teams. You will need to build teams and reduce owner dependency. So instead of working in your business, you should work on your business to make your business independent of you. And the final thing that it said that you shouldn't waste your time. If you are reading books about this topic, then you should just go out and start a business. The worst thing that could happen is that you waste a little bit of money, but that money isn't wasted, because hopefully you will learn a lot about it, more than you could from reading books like this. So thanks for coming in. I didn't really enjoy this book, because I read so many books about entrepreneurship. Thanks for coming in. I have a YouTube channel where I create videos daily from a book that I read every day, and I share the things that I learned from that book. I also have a Twitter account and a podcast. You can reach me on Twitter, and in the comment section I'm super interested in your feedback. I'm available on all the major podcast platforms if that's your preference over YouTube. So thanks for coming in. Bye bye.